according to reports, parents generally are not very confident about discussing sexual issues with their children. Along the way, a lot of young people miss out on valuable information on how to protect themselves or even when to start this conversation. Joining us on the show is a reproductive health educationist, Opeyemi Adeyemi. In your view, when is the best time to talk about this?
I believe we should start early because now things are changing. We have what we call age-appropriate sex education. So what you tell a toddler is different from what you tell someone who is just about to get into preteen. And what you tell a teenager is also different. With the rise in sexual assault and the rise in child molestation, I would say it's better you let them know things like consent, things like the good touch, bad touch. So for someone who is between the age of 2 and before they are preteens, they should know about their body. They should know about the good places that people can touch and places that are bad for people to touch. So we call the private areas the bad touch.
I have an 11-year-old who has rapid growth, and she's looking 15 already in all ramifications. Now, talking to her about the privates and consents and all of that is easy for me, but I believe that there are certain conversations I should be having with her about sex right now, and I'm at a loss on how to start up the conversation, on how to, I don't know how to say it. I felt I was prepared for this, but obviously I am not. So is there any tip on how, because she has gone past the changes, in the body and all of that. She's seen all of that. But now how do we move on from that to the real conversation on sex? How do I help my kids?
I always say that you can start anywhere. Any conversation can start anyway. So you might be watching a movie, and that could be the start of your conversation. Okay. You might be passing through somewhere, and then you notice she's inquisitive about something, and you might start the conversation from there, because children actually know these things. A lot of times we think they are unaware, but you'll be surprised at how much they know. Right. I understand that when it comes to sex, parents worry about, if I give them sex education, am I giving them too much information to allow them to start that journey? But for someone who is as young as that, you can inculcate your values and the reason why you believe in things like abstinence. So when you talk to them, you let them know, okay, I understand that at this age you might be having a crush, because you would be surprised, they're already having crushes.
I know.
They're already having some set level of feeling towards somebody else. But they're not bold enough to come and tell you, right, because they feel it's weird.
This thing called crush, this crush thing. So, okay, let me let you finish. Go ahead, please, because I really have a question on the crush.
Okay, so I would say that you could talk about your experiences too. You could talk about your own personal experience and why you think they should wait, why they should concentrate on their future, why this is not for you at the moment. But start that conversation. Let them hear it from you rather than from someone from the outside.
Fantastic. So this crush thing, is it until they're teenagers, or can children, 6-year-olds, 7, have crushes? Because sometimes they watch these silly programs on television where they are seeing all these characters, young teenagers, talking about boyfriends, talking about kissing. I mean, we see it on television, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is supposed to be child appropriate, but I'm seeing teenagers, young teenagers, talking about boyfriend or having secrets, having dates, and I'm like, what is going on here? So please tell me when to start thinking of crushes.
The generation has changed by far. I think things that we weren't seeing then and what's happening now, even down to the cartoons, there are so many things happening now. So it would be, I don't want to use the word, it would be wrong for a parent to be naive to these things. But yes, they're allowed to have crushes. And by that age, they don't know it's a crush. To them, they just feel like they like this person specially than other people. So you have to explain to them, it's okay to have crushes, it's okay to like someone, but okay, fine, these are the boundaries that should be in place.
Sometimes I feel that the topic of sex is I think a lot of parents shy away from it because, you have children who you saw as babies, and no matter how big they become tomorrow, you still see them as babies. And now you can't even imagine the fact that somebody else at some point
Jesus Christ
will be torchlighting something.
Hey,
It's
Holy
paining me.
Spirit,
It's
Holy
paining me
Spirit.
already. But
I
aside,
mean, the first time I told, there was in the living room one day, remember that we were having a conversation, and he asked me if I'd ever had sex before, and I said yes. And he looked at me straight, and he was like, "You told me," and I'm like, "Yes, you asked me a question. Do you want me to lie to you?" And he looked at me funny,
Who asked to have
and I was
fun?
like, "Well, Dad, I'd rather tell you the truth than lie to you. I would rather you have this picture of me."
Did you get a slap?
Angelic picture of me.
Did you get a slap?
But I do understand that feeling as a parent where you don't want to see your child anything less than an angel. But the truth is that if we're going to be honest with ourselves, we were not angels. So why do we expect our children to be
angels?